Oh, welcome to today's lesson. So we're going to look at various tools we use in business analysis. Like I said earlier, I don't want you to be confused in the market or within the roles. You don't know the roles, like you start confusing the tools you use in business analysis with the tools you use for data analysis and the tools you use for project management, core project management used by project managers. Yeah, we know that project management and business analysis are highly interwoven, even in their roles. They are highly interwoven, but you need to understand core tools you need to use as a business analyst. Even if you are maybe during an interview, you are asked what are the tools you use in business analysis, or as a business analyst, should be able to state some tools, define them, or tell the hiring manager, the interviewer, all the tools, showing competency that you know the tools you can use. Because I've seen so many cases, people keep on confusing themselves with tools in project management by project managers and tools used in business analysis by business analysts and data analysts. So this is the reason why it's very, very important. In business analysis, we have a lot of tools for communication, analysis, decision making, tools for collaboration, and so many other things in business analysis. There's conventional tools that everybody, whether you are a business analyst, project managers, these are some general tools that everybody can use, but business analysts can use them as well. So we're starting with tools like Excel or spreadsheet. It's a very common tool, but it's a very, very poor fundamental tools in business analysis. Most of the data we analyze in business analysis comes in tables. So, and these tables, most of the tables are Microsoft Excel, or we can call it spreadsheet, because we have Google have spreadsheets. So these are the tools we can use. I know all of us knows these tools. It's very versatile for data analysis, visualization, and modeling. We can use it for pivot table, financial analysis, data organization for decision making. In each of the tools we are going to be looking at, we are going to quickly look at it and show you where you can find them if possible. We're not going to be using it because we don't have any purpose to use it for now, but very soon we'll start using them. In Microsoft, in Excel or spreadsheets, we know that Microsoft is a paid product. So you as a business analyst, within your role, if you are working as a freelancer, or if you're working on a contract, or just for yourself or for your organization, I know when you are working for an organization, most of the organization are going to pay for a license to get Microsoft Excel. But you can use Google spreadsheets, you can use Google Sheets that can do a lot of things for you, and Google Sheet is free. So let's look at this and see where you can get Google Sheets. It's free. If you look at it here, this is Google Sheets. Click on it, it will open, and that's it. Here is free. This Google Sheet can give you everything Microsoft can give you. The only difference here is that this Google Sheet is cloud-based application. There is no desktop version of this for now, and it's free. I've been using this for years, and it's free. You can't believe it can do anything Excel, Microsoft Excel can do for you. The name is Google Sheets. It's owned by Google. So you can use it in our training. So if you have a need for a spreadsheet, you are not going to say because you don't have money to pay for the paid version, or you can. So you have Google Sheets, you can use it for free, and that's what we'll be using. So for the purpose of this training, that is what we are going to be using. So then we go to the second tool, which is Visio, Microsoft Visio. Microsoft Visio here is what we call UML tool. This is one of the major or core tools we use in business analysis. In business analysis, we have a language we call Unified Modeling Language. That is your language as a business analyst. If you go to developers or programmers, they have their own language. Their own language is called programming language. So every profession do have their language. If you go to medicine or medical line, they have their own language, have medical terminologies, they know the way they communicate, and they understand what they say. But our own here is very important that you get it at this point. Our language is UML, Unified Modeling Language. And this is the tool we use via the Unified Modeling Language. So the purpose here is for diagramming, visual representation of process workflow, system architecture. We use it equally for mapping any kind of so many visual diagram representation and flow. That is what we use it for. Most of the diagram we are going to be drawing, mapping out, we are going to be using Visio or UML tool for that. This product is owned by Microsoft. As you can see, Microsoft Visio is a paid product. It's not for free. So if you want to get it, you have to pay and then get it. But there are other tools like this Visio from other vendors or from other companies like Google. Google have a replica of this Visio, which is free, although not 100% free, because if you want to use some of their templates, they will ask you to pay. And this tool is called Lucid Charts. Lucid Charts. So Lucid Chart is just like Visio. I want you to understand they are the same tools. It's just that they are different companies. It's just like you have Toyota, you have Mercedes. They are cars, but owned by different companies. They serve the same purpose. So that is this just like Google Sheets and Excel Sheet. This is UML tool from Google. The purpose is for diagramming, flowcharts, just like in Google. Anything you can use Visio, you can use this. One of the difference here is that this is also 100% cloud application. So it's online. You cannot download it on your desktop and start using it on your desktop. But in Microsoft Visio, you can download it. If you pay for it, you can download it on your desktop and start using it on your desktop. If you want to pay for cloud version, you can equally pay for cloud version, and there are different prices. I'm talking about Microsoft Visio, but in terms of Lucid Chart, it's 100% online. So that is the difference between these. But it's not 100% free, like I said, because some of the templates they have is paid, is premium version. So let's look at Lucid Charts here. So this is Lucid Charts, and just like I said, looking at the licensing, you can start a free version here. But like I said, it's not 100% free. These are, if you want more services, better services, then you can start paying for it. So, but the free version here can give you all the things you need to do. So all your basic work you need to do, you can get it for free. That is the free version. These are things you can get from the free version. You can see we have individual, team, and enterprise version, which you need to pay for it. So that's it. It's meant for visualization. So this is the kind of diagram we can use Lucid Chart. So that is Lucid Chart. If you want to use it, you can try it out when we start. We are going to try it out to see how it works. But for me, I don't use it because I have another one that is 100% free. That doesn't, I don't need to pay a dime. I like a lot of free application because so many of them that are free, they can give you everything the paid ones can give to you. So that is Lucid Chart. So we come back to another one. Is the same thing, online diagramming tool for flowchart, process map, just like Lucid Charts, which is online, is 100% cloud-based. We call it draw.io. This application is developed by a group of developers, and they make it free for people to use. So it's 100% free. So many free lancers, this is what they are using. So I use it a lot because it's free and it gives me everything Visio and Lucidchart gives me. So only in the office, that's why I use Visio, because that's what we use. We paid for it. But at times, I like using this. At times, after doing my work, I will just send my work to Visio, because when you create some work here, you can open your work using other applications like Lucidchart and Microsoft Visio. So let's look at draw.io, how it looks like. This is what we are going to be using. So when we are going to start our work, when I ask you to do something, although when I'll be performing some practical works, I'll teaching you practical, this is what I'll be using. So after using it, you have to, but if you want to pay for Visio, if you have it already, I'm not saying you are not going to use it. If you want to pay for it, good. If you want to pay for Lucidchart, good. But this is the one I'm going to be using because it's free and it's very good. So you are not going to tell me you cannot perform your tax because you cannot pay for Microsoft Visio, or you can't pay for Lucidchart. Here is draw.io and is free. So let's look at draw.io. You see draw.io. So that's it here. You can see they call it diagram.net. It's the same thing. Whether you see diagram.net or you see draw.io, is the same application. So it's look at it here. So let's click and see how it looks like. So this is how draw.io looks like. So if you want to start work, it will tell you where do you want to save your work after doing your work. So it's going to bring this interface for you to choose where you are going to save your work. Either you are saving your work in a Google Drive, OneDrive. If you want to save it directly on top of your laptop or desktop, that is your device, or Dropbox or GitHub or GitLab, wherever you want to do, you can do it. Or if you want, you can decide to do it later. So, and this is it here. This is how it looks like. So this is 100% free. They are giving a lot out here for free. So that's it. If you want to create a process, it's very easy. So I like using it. So that is it. This is how we can use it. This is not time for training, for practical, but I'm just trying you how this application works. It's very, very good. So this is where we are going to be coming to do our practical. Very, very good. They have a lot of templates as well. Well, if you want to use templates, so that is it. If you want flow charts, we can use this for flow charts. If you want entity relation, if this is UML, anything, we have a lot here, which is like this is UML containers we can use, so we have a lot here. So this is where we're going to be coming very soon. So that is it. Maybe by next week, we'll start this practical. We'll do some practical before we start the project. So that is it, but it's going to be very, very quick. So that is it. So let's continue with other tools. So we've seen draw.io, we've seen Lucid Chart, we've seen Visio. 3 of them are called UML tools, Unified Modeling Language Tools. They serve the same purpose, but from different companies. So the next thing here is Microsoft Team. So this Microsoft Team is for collaboration, video conferencing, file sharing, and real-time communication with project team and stakeholders. It's not free, it's paid. If you want to use it, you pay for it. But we have other tools which we use, like Google Meet. I'm using it. Although the Google Meet I'm using is paid version. I pay for it because I'm using it a lot for bigger purposes. It's not just for ordinary meeting, and so I use it a lot. So because of that, I need to get the best value out of it. So I'm paying for the Google. But if you want Google Meet, is a free version, we have free version. So this is Microsoft Team. I think by now all of us should know Microsoft Team. It's not free. I don't use it for teaching, but I have to tell you about it because most of the organizations are using it. And it's just awesome. Have a lot of things, it can be integrated, more especially if your company using a lot of Microsoft application. So it's good. Most of the time is integrated with this Outlook email. So that is it about Microsoft Team. But here is Google Meet, which we are using right now. So the Google Meet is for video conferencing, having meeting, real-time communication as well, just like the only thing here is that even in this Google Meet, the only thing is that there's some like file sharing and a lot, but Google Meet, they are adding a lot of value to Google Meet. Even they've added a whiteboard, a lot is added, so but it's no longer free version. So all of us know you're already using Google Meet, so I don't have to tell you much about it. You equally need to know how to use it a lot because we are going to be using it all the time, as this our training or our mentorship or project is going to be mainly remote. It's just remote based. So that is what we are going to be using. So, and it's important because so many of you are going to be doing remote work. After this, most of the job we do these days as business analysts, even if you want to work in the office 24 hours, or 7 days a week, or 5 days a week, is very, very difficult to see a job, more especially IT job or business analysis job, where you can go and to the office every day. So mostly now is remote based or hybrid. You go to the office like 2 days, then you work from home like 3 days, or you go to the office 3 days, you work from home 3 days. This is how they are doing it. So even if you want to work in the office, you don't want, so you must have to use all these video conferencing application like Google Meet and the Micro, because this is the trend. It's not changing. You must learn how to use it very well. When you are conducting interview, or having some workshop, this is what you are going to be using. There is no way you can run away from it. Most companies, you find out that you as a business analyst, your company is all over the world. You have some of your team members in China. You have some of your team members in the United States. You have some of your team members in India, Africa, and distributed globally. So the only way to communicate and have meeting is via video conferencing like Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom. So we must embrace it and learn how to use it effectively, just like we are using it right now. Another tool we are going to use, or you will use, just like Google Meet, is Zoom. I've used Zoom so much. Before I started using Google Meet, I use Zoom. So, but I like to have a real experience of so many of these tools. Like every day I use Microsoft Teams in my office. That's what we are using in the office. We use it a lot. So now I'll be using Zoom. I use Zoom for more than 1 year non-stop or 2 years non-stop. So now I decided to use Google Meet to see how all of them are working. I'm comparing all of them, and they're all very, very fantastic. So there are video conferencing application for project management. It's also for team collaboration. That is the purpose of all these video conferencing application. Then we'll have another application for file sharing and collaboration. We'll have Microsoft SharePoint. SharePoint is used for collaboration, document management, sharing, and collaboration. So that is what mainly project management. Yeah. So what so many teams do is that they use Microsoft SharePoint together with Microsoft Teams. So they use this for collaboration, and they use this one for managing their documents. It's a way of managing documents, and it's very good for file sharing and things like that. So it's just like storage. We call it a repository, project repository, where you store most of the soft copies of all the project files. So now we have other tools like that. This is not free. I want you to know that all the Microsoft applications are not free. Even the least one, like Excel or Word documents, they are not free. Everything you pay for it. And this is what makes Google become so prominent and so popular, because Google came up, developed most of the application that Microsoft is selling, and make it free for people to use, and people started using it. So in Google, they have Workspace, just similar to this SharePoint, but Workspace is not free. You pay for it as well. Then alternative of this SharePoint is Basecamp, and that is what we are going to be using. Basecamp is not free. It used to be free, but it's no longer free. There is no longer free version of Basecamp. So that's what we're going to be using. Yeah, so the purpose is for collaboration, for document management, sharing, and collaboration. It's just similar to Microsoft SharePoint. It's very, very wonderful. I've given so many of you access to our, if I'm not giving you access, don't worry, just because we are not making use of it now. So that's why I'm not giving you access. But this is what we are going to be using to manage our project. So let me show you one of the, this is it here. This is Basecamp, and this is the project. This is the project that we've just concluded. This project just concluded December. So this is how this project, this Basecamp looks like. So you can see other projects here. You can manage so many projects using Basecamp. So that is it. So this is what we're going to be using. This is where you manage your file. So I've had a workshop with few of you, but we are going to have a fresh workshop on Basecamp. So this is all projects, docs and file. This is to do. This is message board, campfire, shadow. This is even better. I think this is better than SharePoint, Microsoft SharePoint. So it's way better than this SharePoint, because I've used all of them in my office. This is what we use. We're using this because most of the application we're using is from Microsoft. So that is Basecamp. Another alternative of Basecamp is Asana. I've used Asana. It's very good. I think they used to have free version. I think it's now 1 month free version, and then you start paying for it. It's very, very good. Let's see. Asana is very good, but it's not free. That's one thing. Asana. So this is Asana, how it looks like. So it is, let's look at the pricing and see if they still have they have, yes, I think some of is still free, but it's just that you cannot use it as a team. You can use it for your personal purposes, but you cannot use it as a team. That's why we can't use it, because if you sign on the free version, it can only be me. I can't add any of you in my project, which makes it not good. But if you want to use it to manage your personal project, or to learn how some of these projects, some of this application works, you can see here, this is personal for individual and small team looking to manage their tasks. Is free, and you say free forever. And here say collaborate with up to 10 teammates, which is good. They've just this just started because they want to get more customers. But before, it wasn't this free, and unlimited tasks, unlimited projects, unlimited. So it's very, very good. So that is Asana. It's just like Basecamp. And you see starter, you have advanced version, and this is for individual and small team. And we have for enterprise purposes. So this is it. So that is it for Asana. Then there are so many of them which I'm not capturing. Like if looking at these are alternatives. You see, we have Trello, we have Slack, we have Jira, we have ClickUp, we have We have Monday.com. All of you should know Monday.com. They are very popular. These are project management collaborative platforms we can use in managing our project. So it's not only for business analysis, it's for project management. So even project manager, anybody looking at managing a project, even if it doesn't require business analysis, you can use them. These are project management collaborative, is for collaborative purposes in project management. Then we have Jira. Jira is, when Jira started, Jira is used for only developers for tracking their development work, bug management, and the rest of them. But today, Jira is now very good for any kind of project and is very, very popular for managing projects in agile environment, more especially within Scrum environment. So when we are moving, because these are our projects, we are going to be using, the project is going to be divided into two. First part, we are going to manage first part in waterfall environment, using waterfall project management. And then the second part of the project, we are going to use agile project management to deploy, implement the project. So during discovery stage, we are going to use waterfall, but during the implementation, we are going to use agile methodology using Scrum framework. So on the using Scrum framework, Jira is the best best application for that. So we use Jira a lot. So we're going to be using it, managing a lot of our projects. So let's look at how Jira looks. I have a project running on Jira already. So this is one of the projects I have on Jira. I've just closed. So let me look at this is how Jira looks like. So this is a Scrum board where you manage your sprint. We're going to come to all this. So what I'm doing now is just an overview. We're going to use all this for managing our project. So you don't worry about if I'm being sketchy for now, because I just want to rush and so have a look at all these things. So let's see the project I have here. So view all projects. So you see only one project here running. So with this is a project we're closing another team. I closed a team on December. Another team I'm closing by this January. By middle of this January, we are going to close that project, and this is the project. So it's ITSM project. So we are close. This is the team. We've just deployed this. We've done everything. We've done the closure stage, and that is it. So this is how Jira looks like. So Jira is free. You can use it for any kind of project. So it's free application. For instance, if you want to, let's start from beginning. Jira. It's Jira software. So if you want to start, it's owned by a company called Atlassian. So it's not coming out fine. But don't worry. So Jira is owned by a company called Atlassian, and they have a lot of so this is the company. I don't know why it's not coming out fine, but this is a very big company. They have so many solutions like that. So, but the one we're interested is Jira. They have so many products, so many of them. They have Jira software. They have Confluence. They have Trello. They have so many of them. They have. So it's a very big company, just like Microsoft. They are very big. So that is Jira for you. I've shown you projects we are managing already. We've managed because we finished that project. So that is Jira for you. So this Jira is owned by Atlassian. They have so many other products. So another product or application or tool, just like this Jira, is this tool called Microsoft Azure DevOps. So this product is like a clone of this Jira. They cloned everything about Jira, and that is owned by Microsoft. They do everything Jira does for you. It's not free, it's paid. I think they have paid version. They have free version of this, but I think it's for some, I think it's 1 month trial. I know most of the application, even the one that is you can use for free, just like trial. Because I know in Dynamics 365, you can try it out for 1 month and you start paying for it. So this is Microsoft product, exactly like for Jira, for issue tracking, collaboration, mainly for managing projects in agile environments. Mainly for agile environments. So this is what we are using in my office. So it's very, very good, but I prefer Jira because Jira is more versatile. And we are going to be using Jira. So many companies are using Jira. So, but when you have so many applications in Microsoft, more especially big companies, they like to use everything Microsoft because it's very easy to integrate all these applications together. That is the major reason why company, when they start using one company's application, then they will continue to use other applications, because trying to develop a custom integration is very difficult. So it's better for you to use this, because all these applications you are seeing, all of them communicate. You see yourself integrating this Azure DevOps with Microsoft Team, with Microsoft SharePoint, with Microsoft Outlook. All of them will start communicating together. And if you are using different vendors, like you are using Atlassian, you are using Google, you are using Microsoft, for you to get a developer who can integrate all these things together might be very costly. So we move down to Confluence. Confluence is a product from this Jira company, which is Atlassian. Is for collaboration and file sharing. It's just like Basecamp. The only why they developed this application is because you can only use Jira in agile environment. It's difficult you can't use Jira in waterfall environment. So they've developed this where you can collaborate and equally use projects, work on a project in a waterfall environment, from waterfall environment, and then move to Jira in agile environment. So that's why they develop. So mainly this Confluence, they use it hand in hand. They work together with Jira. Most of the time, if you are using Jira, they will recommend you to get a Confluence, because this is where you manage your team, have meeting, collaborate, share file, and other things. But in Jira is mainly for sprint management, which is core agile project management. So that is the reason why they developed this. So it's good to know, for especially if you are going to use Jira, it's good to know about Confluence as well. But we might not use Confluence because we are going to use Jira with Basecamp. So this is another Basecamp alternative, but it's from another company called, it's from a company called Atlassian that owns Jira. So we keep moving, we come to Trello. Trello is another very good application or tool for project management, mainly for visualization, and is just like Basecamp, but they have special feature that most of their interface, they use board for it's good for project visualization. So, but there are so many, it lacks a lot of things, but if you are mainly interested in visualizing your project in a board, is very good. So that is it. I have a copy of it which I'm using for personal purpose. I'm not using it for my team, but it's very good and it's good for you to know about it. So if you want to use it, a lot of team are using it. It's very good. I think this is a copy of the Trello I'm using. I'll open it. This is Trello. This is how it looks like. This is Trello, and that's it. So let's see many of these. Let's look at the board. If I have any. So this is how it looks like. So this is how Trello looks like. This is how you manage projects. So most of the things here you can see is on board. It looks beautiful when everything is looking, you see, mainly for visualization. This is a project. So you can, yeah, this is it. It's free, you have free version, but if you want to get the best out of it, they will ask you to pay. But if you just want for maybe small team or small project, it's good, you can use it. It's very, very good. As you can see, I'm using it for personal projects. So this is it, and that's it. These are various tools. As you can see, these are not, most of these project management tools are not for business analysts alone. It's for team. It's because you are a team member, a project team member. You are going to be, as you are a business analyst, you are going to be managing all your activities within a project and within a team. So it's good for you to understand how all these applications, more especially project management application, how all of them work, because we are going to be working within a team. So, but it's going to be the duty of the project manager to manage all this application. If you are working as a team, project manager will be working, creating tasks and assigning duties to team members, even you business analysts. So it's project manager are going to be doing all these things, managing all the activities. For instance, if we go to Basecamp that we are going to be using, here, this is this Basecamp, the project manager will come here and the project manager will break the work into what we call project breakdown structure. This is project breakdown structure. As you can see here, I break this project down into 4 stages. Number one stage is initiate stage. They will have define stage, we have execute stage, and we have closure stage. So the project manager will break the work into these various stages and then create deliverables within a stage. These are deliverables. Per each deliverable, the project manager will assign the work to different team members. So you can see all this work. These are all the deliverables within this initiate stage. And then you assign the work to team members, and team members will be doing their work and they will then deliver. So if for instance, if I want to add to do to this list, what I want to assign to team members, either business analyst or any other team member, I'll come here and I'll create it and I'll put the name here. You see, assign to. I'll create the person I want to assign this work to. You see these are team members, or you see all these team members. I will assign the work to one of the team members. These are work I've created. I'll say notify. When this work is done, notify me. This is me. You will be notified automatically that this work is due. And when will this work be done? I'll come here and select when I want this work to be done. So, and then I will assign it. And if I want to create extra notes here, maybe I will add a template. I'll say, use this template for this particular task, and I will assign it to team members. That is what the project manager will be doing. As you can see, the project manager. So at the due date, the project manager will come to these tasks and then review the task. If you come here, you see a lot of, let me say, this cost benefit analysis. Like you see here, the note I put here, please use this for your following documentation. So if you come down here, you see the team members, Amado, Capo, you see them submitting their work for me to review. You see anything, this is the work they've done. You see them submitting their deliverables. And I will then come and start reviewing their work one by one, making sure that they are doing what they are supposed to do. So this is how we use some of these tools. But we are going to have another full workshop when we're ready to start. So I'm just telling you how all this, because what I'm saying that this is not just a BA tool, this is a project management tool. And you as a BA, being a project team member, you should know how to use it very well. So that is it. So there are so many tools in the market, but the tools I listed here are basic tools I want you to master, because these are what we are going to be using. I don't want to take you through all the tools in the market because you might get confused. So, but if you master this, this is good for beginning. When you are growing in the field, in the profession, as an experienced business analyst, or as a senior business analyst, you can start knowing more and start using whichever one you want to use, or whichever one you want to recommend to your organization, or as you are growing. There are so many, but for now, don't worry about so many tools in the market. Try to master these ones I've introduced to you. And once you master them, that is it. You are going to be a good project, a good business analyst. This is enough for a start. So that is it for you for now when we come to tools. If we have any tools, any other tool that maybe in future I think is necessary for us to use or know about, at this stage, I'll let you know. But for now, these are the tools I want you to have knowledge of as a business analyst. We've seen various ways you can use them. This is just an overview. So when we are done with the skills, which we are going to look at tomorrow, skills you need to possess as a business, then we'll start using all these tools for some work. You need to try it out, do it, so that by the time we start the project, you should be able, we don't have to be dragging our feet. So I want us to be very fast. So it's very, very important to pay attention at this fundamental stage of business analysis. Why I'm doing this is because in the past, most of the BAs being sent to me from Brass Allison. Brass Allison will say they've trained them, they've have fundamental knowledge of business analysis. They just want me to dive into the project. But once we dive into the project, you find out so many of them do not have fundamental knowledge of business analysis. And they start taking us back. A project that will take us like 2 months to deploy, it start taking us 4 months, 5 months, because you have to go back and start teaching them. Like yesterday, even we had a team member in one of the project I'm closing. He started asking about the tools in business analysis, tools we are going to use. But these are some of the case where they ask us during the interview stage, which tools can you use in business analysis? But we've gone past those stages because they made me to know that they've passed through the fundamental stage. So passing through fundamental stage means that you should have knowledge, basic fundamental knowledge about all these tools. But so many of you do not know it. So, and that is why I'm doing this fundamental project management training. So it's very, very important you be patient for us. Why I'm saying this because some of you are so eager to dive into the project without having the necessary foundation. So that is it for the tools. We are stopping at we're stopping here tonight, stopping at Trello. So that is it. So if you have any question regarding any of these tools, or if there is any tool that have been confusing you, you don't know where they belong or the usage, you can ask the question and I will explain it to you within my own knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the lecture. The question I just wanted to ask is fine. You said earlier that trying to maybe make use of or more than one of these softwares can actually lead to a project trying to pay for a developer a huge amount of money. But still, I still wanted to ask that, is it possible for a project for like maybe like want to do a project on business analysis, is it possible for a project to use more than one software for just one project?
You can use whether you can use one software for one.
Yes, like you're just doing a project, you now have to combine softwares, or it has to be just one for one
It
particular.
depends on your deliverable. Why we are using different application is because of different tools. You see, I shared a lot of tools here. You know, looking at Excel sheet, most of the data you are going to be analyzing to see where they have problems are going to come in Excel sheet. So you have to know how to use Excel sheet. When you are going to have a workshop with stakeholders, you need to prepare a slide, PowerPoint slide. I didn't add PowerPoint slide, which is another tool we need to know. Then you need to put your work in a slide, just like I'm having a workshop with you people now. We are using slide. Are we not using slide? We're using slide. We're using a PowerPoint for this. Just like we're having a meeting now, we're using another tool, and that is Google Meet. How many tools, how many this are we using now? Then when you are managing our project as a team, we need a collaborative platform where we can manage the project. And that is where Basecamp come in. In Basecamp, you see how we are managing the project in Basecamp? Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So you can see how we are using different. So when I ask you to produce a process map as a business analyst, okay, I'm now a project manager, and I ask you to produce a process map. What are you going to use to produce the process map? Or a flow chart? What are you going to use to do that? You are going to use Visio, or if you want a free one, then you use draw.io, like I said. How many applications are we using already? So it's not, you cannot use one application to manage a project, one application from beginning to, is not possible. That is the answer to your question. So it's what you are delivering, what you are doing will determine the tool you are going to use. So it's not possible to use, let me share this once more. It's not possible. You can't do that. You know? You can't use one tool to manage all your projects. What I said that some companies, they want to use one vendor. I didn't say one application. You remember what I said? I said one vendor. A vendor is somebody that is selling application. A vendor is somebody that is selling a product. So I said why some companies prefer to use one vendor is because when you use a vendor, it's very easy to integrate so many applications they are using. If a company wants to use 10 applications, it's better to get these 10 applications from Microsoft. Microsoft is a vendor. So it's very easy to integrate team with SharePoint, with Azure DevOps. That is what I said. I didn't say that the reason why companies should be using, I didn't say why a business analyst should use one application because of the cost of developers. No, that's not what I said. So for instance, here, this is under this is our deliverable. You can see here we have how many deliverables here. In stage 1, which is initiation, you have up to 10 deliverables. Here I say create cost benefit analysis. This cost benefit analysis, you can use one document, and you can use Excel to do this. So this is another application you are using. Then I say solution evaluation. When you are doing solution evaluation, it depends on the application you are using. But requirement analysis here, for you to do a requirement analysis, you need to use like process map or flow charts. This is another application. Then you have to start looking for Chart, Visio, or Draw.io. So as you can see, different deliverables here. If you want to do your stakeholder analysis, there are you use a spreadsheet. If you want to do racing metrics, these are various actions you need to do.
Oh, yeah.
So it's based on
Fine.
what you want to do. Your deliverable will determine the tool you are going to use. And that's why I'm taking my time to introduce all these tools. All these tools I introduced are basic tools you are going to use. That's what I'm saying. All the tools introduced to you here, you are going to use them. In fact, it's a must that you are going to use all of them. So, but the only thing here is that instead of like here we have here we have Google Meet, we have Microsoft Team, and we have Zoom. You can choose one out of them. And why I'm introducing, so you know that this one is free and this one is free as well. No, this one is paid, but Google Meet is free and Zoom is free. Some of them are free to some extent. So I'm introducing you all these ones so that if you don't have money to pay for some of these, you can go for free version. You can go for the free one. Coming to these tools, here we have Visio, we have Lucid Chart, and we have Draw.io. Three of them serve the same purpose from three different companies. In business analysis, I want you to understand we say vendor. We don't say companies. So when I say vendor, I mean companies. So from these three are from three different vendors. So this one is paid, this one is paid, but this one is free. So I introduced three of this application, similar application, for you to choose one. They are of the same purpose. So if you have money to spend, you can go and buy or pay for your license and start using Microsoft Visio. But if you don't have the money, you can use this one. It's free and it will give you the value this one will give you as well. So these are what I said about using and saving costs. This is the only way I want to save costs for you as a beginner. So you can learn every tools, use every tool you want to use without spending extra money. I know some companies or some trainers or some boot camp companies where you go for training, they will force you to buy VC. You buy it, you pay for it, and you start using it. But here, if you want to pay for it, it's optional. You can buy it and install it, good and fine. But if you don't want to pay, if you don't have the money, that's not a reason why you should not participate or submit your deliverable. You can come and use this. It's free. So that is what I said. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any more clarification? Any question from anybody? Please
No,
ask
Charles,
question.
all
No
good.
matter. Yeah?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Agnes, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
So when we're having a session, it's good to contribute. I like everybody contributing. Don't think like your question is a stupid. No question is stupid. You know, I like people to contribute, and it's a way. Once you start contributing, you know, it's a way of you start learning to participate in project management as a team. Is a way of you learning how to, because very soon this thing I'm doing, you are going to be doing it. Very soon you will start organizing workshop for your organization, for your team. You know, during requirement gathering, this is how you gather requirements. You'll be asking questions. Like if you're working with some of your team, most of your team are based in United States, or you are here in UK, this is what you are going to be using. So this is it. All right. Thank you for joining. And tomorrow I will see you again where we look at various skills. It's very, very important because these are some of the questions they are going to fire you when you are having your interview. They want to make sure you understand the tools you are going to use in business analysis. They want to understand you understand the techniques in business analysis. They want to understand you understand the skills in business analysis. And that's why I'm taking my time to address all these, break them down, So it's very, very important. You have to understand that techniques are different from tools, and tools are different from skills. These are three different things. Some people, some BAs do confuse them. They will ask them, what tools do you use in business analysis? They start stating techniques you use in business analysis. And at the end of the day, you might carefully stated all the techniques in business analysis, and you'll be rejoicing. Oh, I did well in this interview. I finished them. Not knowing that you've not made even a single point. So it's good you know this. And at times they'll ask you, what are the techniques you use in business analysis? And you start stating skills used in business analysis. And you start saying, I finished them. They will know that I know what I'm doing, but you've not made any point. And you'll be complaining, I've been going for interview, I don't know what is happening. And some of you will go and start praying. And these are the things. You have to master this at this stage. Know it. And once you clear all these, then you are good to go. It's very important to understand the principles before the practicals. So good night and see you tomorrow.
Good
Right,
night,
sir.
sir.
Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow.
All right, good night.
See you tomorrow.